And welcome back, everybody. Aesop Grim here. This is the continuation of our EVE Online Chronicle. And in the last episode, what I was starting to learn is that it may be that level 2 missions are a bit beyond me right now. But we're going to run another one just to see how it goes. And then we may drop back down to a level 1 agent, or we'll stick with level 2 depending on how that goes. Pardon me. I had to mute the microphone because I sneezed. I'm going to go ahead and get our timer started. We are also trying to get back onto 30-minute episodes. And I'm going to undock that 2+ hour long video that where I was having a really hard time closing out the Sisters of Eve epic arc is processing video edits right now as I pare it down. There are so many edits I am having to do this in phases. it won't accept the amount of edits I have to do, and I didn't even go all the way through the video. I got about halfway through the video. So that just gives you an idea of how much that video needs to be pared down. It's pretty crazy. Murderer brought to justice. I just received reports of criminal activity in our sector. Certain pilot attacked and destroyed ship belonged to an ally of ours. Fly to the coordinates where he was last spotted. Find him, put him out of business. Okay. Find and destroy the murderer and his guards, then report back to your agent. Accept. Let's see how this goes. Okay. Undock and set destination. One jump away. Go to travel and make that jump. Let's go ahead and reload ammo. I did not look at who we're fighting. It doesn't really say. Okay, well, I believe we have Infernos. Yeah, so we're doing thermal damage. Yeah, might be better to have explosive loaded up, but we'll just run with what we got. We'll find out how that goes. Move back over to combat. That's the named. I want to take down the support first. Escort, 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 and then we'll put the named at the very end. And let's orbit around this guy. They sure can hit from distance. Show info. Rogue pirate escort. Doesn't say they're anybody special. Looks like they do EM damage. That's probably what I'm weakest against. They also do explosive. They ought to be weak against that as well. 29 kilometers, 28. Put everything on this guy and see what happens. Yeah, I think Level 2 is just a little bit too hard, guys. We've got more skill points. I probably need to go ahead and dock. Hopefully that took that escort out. That was a salvo that should have destroyed him.
The capacitor is empty.
That is probably a little bit discouraging.
Request accepted.
That level 2 missions are too high for this destroyer. I don't think it would be too high for the Algos. You know, I'm beginning to suspect it's not purely the Algos either. I think it's my training plan. I think that whenever I was running Galente and I was using the training plan from Paul Hipster to get into a Vexor Navy issue, I suspect that training plan was really good for developing a pilot who could competently fly something like an Algos. You know, I mean, it certainly helped that the Vexor Navy issue was going to be an upgraded version of the Algos. It's a drone ship. I don't know. You know, I'm just kind of thinking out loud. I suspect my problem is twofold. It's the Caldari vessels are not as good as the Galente, and my guys' skills are not where they need to be. This next one should put them down. Okay. One more salvo. I'm tanking it okay. That's another thing I do actually recall, and I'm a little surprised that I can remember all the way back to whenever I was playing Caldari, whenever I first started this game. And contrasting that to Galente, I always thought Galente were better. They were easier to manage when it came to tanking. They had their shield, and they are armor tanked, so the armor was hard to get through. And you can passive shield tank a Galente vessel, so that's sort of tough to get through, and then you have an armor repair if you need it. And they just seem to be generally better all the way around. Maybe not better. I think that's the wrong word. Easier to manage. You're not having to pay as much attention. Whereas with Caldari, you have some actives that you need to be using to keep your shield ginned up. And I'm not trying to knock Caldari or praise Galente. What I'm trying to do is to figure out, I guess, just trying to use logic to figure out exactly what is going wrong with my character. Is it that these ships are so much weaker, or is it that my character is not plussed up enough and not trained in the right skills? What does that mean? Enduring micro warp drive. Interesting. And you notice that I'm just thinking through these things. I'm trying to infer what the right answer is, because I don't know necessarily how to use the data to conclusively prove whether or not I'm skilling up right. So anyway, my suspicion is, like, as I said, I think it's a combination of things. I think Gallente Tech 1 boats, I mean, I've heard multiple places. I've seen it on the internet and heard it in YouTube videos that Gallente are some of the best choice for an alpha character, because their Tech 1 boats are really good for low-skilled players. I saw right away that my alpha training plan for the Caldari was significantly more skill points than it was for my Gallente character. What else? I guess that kind of wraps that up. So my suspicion then is that it is a combination of the Gallente vessels being better, easier. Let's put it that way. Easier to manage. You know, you got the drones doing a lot of the work for you, and more of a passive style tank. I mean, they are actively armor tanked, but you got to get through their shields first. And in combination with that, I think that this character is perhaps not as appropriately skilled at this level as a similar Gallente character would be for the skill plan I was following for that Gallente character. Because I have a hard time believing that my Gallente Algos pilot would have the trouble with level 2 missions that this character is having. I don't think so. That Algos was tearing through stuff. But I don't have a one-to-one comparison because I wasn't doing missions. I was ratting. Actually, I think I was into my Vexor before I was done with the Sisters of EVE Epic Arc, because I had money from another account that I was able to send over. But he went through that Sisters of EVE Arc in an Algos like a hot knife through butter. And this guy struggled in a Cormorant. Like, struggled hard. You guys saw it, obviously. It was bad. Get out of the wreck. There we go. Oh, destination set. Okay, go to travel. I don't know what those red dots were about. There was an update today. I hope that doesn't mean I have stolen goods in here. I don't think it does. Am I running out of Inferno missiles? Yes. Yes, I am. Okay, Doc. How are we doing on time? We got 15 minutes left. Maybe we can run one more mission. And then that should kind of tell me, maybe conclusively. I think I'm already decided that I'll move down to level 1. But I'll run one more to sort of confirm it, I guess.
Docking permission requested.
Maybe validate is the right word.
Docking request accepted.
Sisters of Eve Treasury. Okay, open dialogue. Complete that mission. Request mission. 7. They're running a brothel. Or they're at a brothel. Including member of the 7's elite circle. Want that place shut down immediately. Do whatever it takes. Okay. Illegal brothel, yeah. Accept. Oh, I didn't look at who this is against again. I don't think it told me. Let's undock. The last one seemed to be doing EM damage, so I'm going to load up the Molnares. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Mjolnir. And we will warp to location. This is the location of one of Jakarian Paida's brothels. Jakarian is an infamous outlaw who controls a loose-knit criminal organization which split itself from the Serpentis a few years ago. The 7, it is called, named after the small group of comrades within the Serpentis who founded the organization. Jakarian's popular nickname, Zazmataz, is known by most Galente Federation citizens from the hit movie Into the Deep, which portrays a few Galente heroes who brave the 7's stronghold and rescue a damsel in distress. Hey, we did that. Okay, so combat. Start locking things up. They're already firing at us. 7 grunt. Look at show info. Kinetic explosive. Okay, so what's my explosive? The Nova. Alright, we are hurting as far as getting touched up here. Tower sentry drone. I don't think any of those hit. These should. Let's pulse off on the shield recharge. That should be it for this guy. No, it's not. Pulse on for shield boost. Okay. 7 grunt. All missiles on. Oh, wow. That was fast. Okay, let's lock up more. Too far away. 7 and Death Dealer. Oh, pulse off. Okay, that's dead. Pirate escort. Maybe we should orbit the brothel. See, this mission's been easy. Now I don't really know what to do. Stay with the level 2 or drop down a level? If I drop down a level, what am I trying to accomplish? Can I upgrade this vessel? We really need to be able to do level 2s. We should be pushing for level 3. What's our ISK at? 24 million. Let's approach the brothel directly because we're a long ways out. I don't want to take the time to spiral in. That's going to take forever and a day. They're firing missiles, so I'm not too concerned about transversal speed because missiles automatically hit. Alright. Start locking dudes up and turn this on, turn this off. To take their DPS off the field so that we can regen our shield faster than they can damage it, because we're going to go cap dry here pretty soon. F1, F2 on this guy. We're about to have 2 of their DPS off the field. Okay, they're doing 50% DPS now. We're almost capped dead. I gotta pulse off. This pirate escort's kind of tough. Okay, he's down. Let's orbit here. Waiting for everything to reset. Okay. Reload. Okay, I'm up over 50%, so I'll disarm that and I'll turn our afterburner on. Oh, that's right. I'm supposed to be skipping this, aren't I? It says I can dock. Man, it's hard for me to leave some of this behind because I think some of them could be upgrades. I should go. Okay, let's just go dock. What's our time?
Active.
5 minutes and 12 seconds. Goodbye, salvage or loot. I took a look at my fitting again. Looks like 43 million is what we're aiming for the cheap version of the Gnosis, the cheap fitting.
Docking permission requested.
I think that
Docking
was in
request
here.
accepted.
And to here, that's the cormorant. Uh, 38.39. Okay, so in game here it says 39, and in PyFi I think it says 43. What do I not have? Electronics upgrades to 4 and weapon upgrades to 4, which will take 6 days of training time. Good grief. Alright. Start conversation. Complete that mission. Request another, because I guess we're going to stick with her for right now. And put this one on delay. I actually didn't mean to take that mission. I was really considering dropping down to a level 1. Control A, unselect the missiles. Everything else can go to the item hanger. And in here we will stack all. Now this right here I am interested in. Oh, here's a 1MN monopropellant afterburner. Okay, so hold on. We need to look at fit before I close this episode out. This is a 1MN afterburner. Show info and compare. Okay, X out of this, and we're going to drop in the monopropellant one as well as this micro warp drive. Okay, they're all Tech 1s. And activation cost 20, 15, 35. The warp drive takes a lot to activate. The monopropellant takes less. This is a direct contrast. This is a different technology. Maximum velocity. Of course, the micro warp drive is going to be huge. Monopropellant better. Power grid usage. I don't think I've got room for this micro warp drive. The CPU usage. Yeah, I definitely don't have room for this micro warp drive, but the monopropellant is looking better in everything than what I've currently got. Meta level. Right, no surprise there. Meta level is how you tell what quality something is. I'm going to use WoW again. It's because it's such a popular game and most people have played at least some. You had gray items, you had green items, you had yellow items, and you had purple items. That's kind of what these meta tiers are, as far as I can tell. So let's unfit this. And we will drop in this monopropellant. Now, I'm still going to keep this 1MN afterburner because the cormorant needs it, I believe. Let's make that active. Okay. Well, actually, the micro warp drive might be nice. Go with that. Okay, coming back to the Corax, make that active. And for some reason, I don't think that 1MN monopropellant dropped in. Why is that not working? There we go. that took a bit of convincing. Okay. Take that, take that, take that. Take that and that. And that, and sell all these. The hammerhead won't sell, surprisingly. Okay. You, and you can be reprocessed. Let it all load up. Almost 20,000 right there. Okay. That should do it. One last thing. I need to make a note of the ISK so I can put that in the title. Alright, so we're at 24,327,648. There we go. Alright guys, again I am Aesop Grim. Thank you for coming by the channel. I hope you liked what you saw. And I will see you in the next episode where this story continues. Thanks for visiting Aesop Grim's Chronicles. If you've made it this far in the video, please consider rating, commenting, subscribing, and sharing. I hope to see you in the next episode, and until then, stay shiny.